So today's little video here is going to be how to change the check engine light on a 2001 Jeep Cherokee XJ. This one happens to be a limited with leather and all that kind of good stuff. The upcountry suspension, which has been replaced along with the leaf springs and everything else. But today we're going to replace this check engine light because it is ironically burned out. I've joked for years that it's probably burned out, but I honestly didn't know it was burned out till I went for an emissions test recently. So it is in fact burned out. So we're going to take this gauge cluster out of here and replace the bulb and see what happens. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like to see this kind of content here and there, and just some random videos on what I'm trying to accomplish in a day. Not looking forward to breaking any of this plastic because it's all pretty old. So we'll see what happens. Alright, so supposedly the first thing you got to do is shift this thing down here. Take this out of here. Not that you have that, but I do. You're supposed to grip down here and have it make a nasty noise as you attempt to. So we have to put this in that. It's got a four-wheel drive here too. Oh, alright, so that's step one. Nothing cracked, so that's good. Let's put this in the back seat area here. So that was good. I think we can shift it back up to park. So, look at that, huh? Check it out. That was relatively painless. Alright, so the next thing I think you need to do is, I think you have to do a simpler thing down here with this, but I'm not 100% sure. Somehow pull this down here out. So I think we're going to turn off the Jeep for this operation. So bear with me a second here. Let's turn that off. Remove the keys so it doesn't beep at me the whole time. So I think somehow we can do this here, but I'm not sure. So give me a minute to figure that out. Alright, so our next stage is to take our little number 2 screwdriver here, take this screw out, brand new, relatively new Craftsman screwdriver. Usually I wind up using the Harbor Freight free one I got, but I actually planned ahead for this today, and I guess it's this one here. Yeah, that one there. Just doing opposite screws here. Well, that thing's in there good. That's a factory install right there. Of course, I'm doing this on a cold day, so hopefully none of this plastic cracks. You know how that is. Not sure why you have to do these next versus that, whatever that thing's called, below the steering wheel. Alright, so that's 4 screws there. Now, I guess this thing here is to come down next somehow. And that side is easy. Oh, that's not bad either. Alright, so that's that. Then I guess there's this, I don't know if you can see that or not, some kind of a rubber thingy here underneath here. I don't think I like the way that feels at all. Somehow, you're supposed to be able to take this rubber thing apart. I can't really get to. So I'm going to open this door up. See if that works out better. I don't know if you guys can see what's going on here or not. Somehow, this thing here, oh, I get it. It comes apart like that. Like tugging on this plastic like this at all. Alright, so that's that stage there. Next, is the next one loose? Or what here? Let me see something. Alright, next we're going to take this thing here, pull this thing here somehow apart. Man, I don't like doing this on cold days. This doesn't sound like a good idea at all here. I don't know why I can't get this side here out. It just doesn't sound good. I mean, really, truly. Well, I guess we're close. That's that. So the hard part looks like it's going to be getting this past this little headlight switch here, which you can't really see from where you're at. Sorry about that. But supposedly, it kind of, you can pop your headlight switch through there, which I guess I just successfully did. And then I don't know what's going on here. Let's see. Something else here. This little steering wheel thing here. Feels like something's holding on back here. I don't know what that is. So it just slides up. It's still connected to this rubber thing down here or something. Alright, something's going wrong on this other side here. Let's see what's going on here. This is a rubber thing. Something to do with this piece of rubber, I think. It's kind of holding everything in place on me and tying everything up. I don't know what this rubber thing does, but other than peel the skin off your fingers, trying to get this rubber thing out of here. Which I think that's my problem, is this rubber thing. It's kind of connected still. We're close. Well, that's not going to be any fun to get back in. All right, so that's out. Is that in your way? Put that there for you guys? No. All right then. Seems like we have a few more screws. You guys can see this. There's a screw there, and a single screw there, and a screw up there. So 4 more screws. And we'll know what's going on here. So stay tuned for that part of it. What's going on here? All right. Hopefully this is helping somebody. I don't know. I watched a few videos on it myself. Now once in my 98, I had my cluster went nutso and was no longer working. So sent it out and had it tested. It came back and said it was fine. Man, that screw is tight right there. I don't know who put these screws in, but apparently they did not want them to come out someday. That one is in there pretty tight. This one not so much. And these are, I'm going to put them somewhere else in case they're different than the other ones here. Seems like my screwdriver is too long. I need a shorter screwdriver. Let's try this one here. The Jeep doesn't get mad at me after this, but I'm trying to help the Jeep here. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't think it knows it, but I'm trying to help it. Help it stay on the road and be around longer in life. But it has to get through this emissions test, or else it's not going to be on the road anymore. This screw has proven to be a challenge over here. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Maybe it's just a weird angle. So, my advice is take your time, go slow, and you can get this figured out. Not a huge deal, I don't think, but just a matter of going slow. All right, now supposedly this thing just pops out of here. From what I've seen, as far as I can tell, that's it. Okay, that's that there, that there. So now our cluster is free. The check engine light is right here. All right, so the cluster's out. That's what it looks like. The cluster out. I'm gonna go get a pair of pliers, I think, to pull that one bulb out. So let me get a pair of pliers and I'll be back. All right, so those T5 bulbs I got from Amazon from China did not work. So I decided to steal the one from the brake, because clearly you'll know when the brake is up or down. So I put that in the check engine slot. We're gonna put this thing back together, send those bulbs back to China, and just see what happens, and maybe revisit this some other time. But it just has to get through emissions this time, and then that'll be that for this Jeep for a while. So I'm not sure what went wrong, but none of these bulbs seem to work. I wound up destroying the one from the brake to try and get it out of that little gray clip that's standard on the Cherokees, and crammed one of these new LEDs in there, and it didn't work. So I'm not sure what's going wrong, but I'm just going to put it back together and get my code reader. The check engine light isn't on when it's running, so I assume that means that maybe it's happy and may pass emissions, but we're not going to know until we run a code reader. So I'm going to put this dash back together, which isn't going to be any fun, and see what happens. I don't know if you want to watch that. I guess I'll record it for maybe it'll help somebody out, because there's going to be some swear words for sure. All right, this is my super cheapy code reader here, because I do not know where the other one's at. I don't know how you even use this thing. Am I supposed to I think I'm supposed to turn this in a run position, correct? You guys can see that or not? Let's see what we have here. I don't know what any of that means. For a vehicle to respond, you know what I would say to that? Linking error. This one never works. My other one's missing in action. Codes found 0. Well, that's good, right? Let's read the codes, which I guess you hit enter. No codes are stored in the module. Well, I guess that's good. Read codes. Enter. Enter. No codes are stored, so I don't know. Makes me believe maybe it would pass. Who knows? All right. Well, I'm going to run it a few miles and see what happens.